The universe is vast. It's older and larger than we can truly comprehend. Most of what happens out there in the silent, cold expanse between the stars honestly goes unnoticed by us. We're busy with our lives on this small blue world. We look at our phones, we drive to work, and we watch the sun rise and set. But sometimes, the universe sends us a message, not in a language we can easily understand, but in the form of a visitor, a traveler from a distant, unknown star system. In 2017, we received such a visitor. We called it Oumuamua. The name is Hawaiian. It means a messenger from afar arriving first. A fitting name for the very first object we ever detected that came from outside our own solar system. When we find a new object in space, we try to understand what it is. Is it a rock? Is it made of ice? Is it round or is it jagged? With Oumuamua, these simple questions led to deep mysteries. We couldn't get a clear picture of it, but we could measure how it reflected sunlight. As it tumbled through space, its brightness changed dramatically. This told us something about its shape. It wasn't a sphere, like a planet or a star. It was elongated, very elongated. Some scientists estimated it could be 10 times longer than it was wide. We had never seen anything quite like it in our own solar system. This strange, elongated shape was our first clue that Oumuamua was special. Why would nature produce an object like this? We did not have the answers. We only had the data, and the data was puzzling. It was a riddle sent from the stars. The puzzles did not stop with its shape. The way Oumuamua moved was even more mysterious. As it passed by our sun, it sped up. Now, this is not entirely unusual. Comets do this all the time. As a comet gets closer to the sun, its ice heats up and turns into gas, so astronomers looked very closely at Oumuamua, searching for the telltale signs of outgassing. They looked for a coma, the fuzzy cloud of gas and dust. They looked for a tail, but they found nothing. There was no dust, there was no gas, there was no visible evidence of any kind of propulsion, and yet it was accelerating. This is where the speculation began to grow. If it wasn't outgassing, what could it be? Some scientists proposed exotic materials like solid hydrogen. Others suggested solar radiation pressure. But for this to work, the object would have to be incredibly thin and light. This led some to wonder if Oumuamua was not a natural object at all. Could it be an artifact? A piece of technology from another civilization? A solar sail designed to travel between the stars? This was a stunning idea, and not one that scientists proposed lightly. But the data was the data. The object was accelerating without any visible cause. The path of Oumuamua was forcing us to think outside the box. For years, Oumuamua was a memory, a fleeting visitor that had come and gone, leaving us with more questions than answers. We thought the story was over, but the universe, it seems, is full of surprises. Just recently, in the early months of 2025, whispers began to circulate within the astronomical community. Strange reports, unconfirmed signals, a story that seemed too incredible to be true. According to these preliminary reports, something has changed. A few dedicated observatories had continued to monitor the patch of sky where Oumuamua was last seen, and they detected something strange, a subtle but clear gravitational disturbance. The calculations suggested that a significant mass had deviated from its expected trajectory. The implication was staggering. It suggested that Oumuamua had slowed down, and not just slowed down, but had actually changed its direction. It was as if a car speeding down a highway had suddenly put on the brakes and made a U-turn. In the world of celestial mechanics, this is simply not supposed to happen. Could Oumuamua be coming back? The thought itself sends a shiver down the spine. This new information, if confirmed, would change everything. If Oumuamua has indeed altered its course, it would almost certainly mean that it is not a rock. It would be a confirmation that it is under intelligent control. As if the news of Oumuamua's potential return wasn't enough, another layer has been added to this unfolding cosmic drama. The same teams have also been analyzing deep sky survey data from the region, and well, they have found more. Faint signals, just at the edge of detection. Not one object, but several. These objects are small and dark, like Oumuamua, and they appear to be moving in a loose formation. It is as if the first messenger was not alone. It might have been the leader of a small fleet, a vanguard sent ahead of the rest. This is, of course, highly speculative. Detecting such small, dark objects at such extreme distances is incredibly difficult. Scientists are working diligently to verify these findings using different telescopes, different methods. But the mere possibility is electrifying. The idea that Oumuamua might have been accompanied by other objects would completely reframe our understanding. It wasn't a lone wanderer. It was a delegation. If these objects are real, and they are artificial, then their presence would suggest a coordinated, intentional effort. And if they are turning around along with Oumuamua, then that purpose would seem to involve us. The questions become more urgent. Who sent them? Why are they here? What do they want to know? The mystery deepens with every new piece of potential evidence. The story of Oumuamua has always been a story of anomalies. Its shape was an anomaly. Its acceleration was an anomaly. And now, its potential return, accompanied by others, is the greatest anomaly of all. When we are faced with a mystery as deep as Oumuamua, it is important to approach it with a sense of humility. As a scientist, I am often asked for answers. But the most important part of science is not having all the answers. It is knowing how to ask the right questions. It is about being comfortable with uncertainty. The universe does not owe us simple explanations. The idea that Oumuamua could be an alien artifact is an extraordinary claim. And extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So far, the evidence we have is suggestive, but not conclusive. My position, and the position of most scientists, is to remain skeptical, but open-minded. We cannot dismiss the possibility out of hand, because the data is so unusual. I often say, the universe is under no obligation to make sense to you. We view the cosmos through the narrow lens of our own experience on a single planet. But the universe is a vast and varied place. There could be forms of matter and physical processes that we have not yet even dreamed of. Before we leap to the conclusion of alien technology, we must first exhaust all possible natural explanations. And so, we must be patient. We must be rigorous. We must be curious. This visitor from afar has given us a precious gift. It has reminded us that there is still so much left to discover. And for a scientist, there is no greater gift than a truly profound mystery. The story of Oumuamua is not over. In fact, it may just be beginning. The new reports of its change in direction and the possibility of other objects traveling with it have opened a new and exciting chapter. We stand at a threshold of discovery. The coming months and years will be a critical time for astronomers. They will be racing to confirm or deny these reports. This is a wonderful time to be alive. We are the first generation of humans to know for a fact that our solar system is not alone. We have seen visitors from other stars. The James Webb Space Telescope is peering into the atmospheres of distant exoplanets, looking for the chemical signatures of life. We are living in an age of unprecedented exploration. I invite you to join this journey. You do not need to be a professional scientist to be an explorer. All you need is a sense of wonder. Look up at the night sky. Follow the news from our observatories and space missions. Support the search for knowledge. Encourage the next generation of scientists, engineers, and dreamers. The questions we are asking today are the same questions that our ancestors asked as they huddled around a fire, looking up at the stars. Who are we? Where did we come from? Are we alone? The only difference is that now we have the tools to find the answers. There are more stars in the cosmos than there are grains of sand on all the beaches of Earth, and around many of those stars, there are planets. And on some of those planets, there may be life. There may be other minds looking up at their own skies and wondering the same things we are. The story of Oumuamua is a reminder that the next great discovery could happen at any moment. So keep looking up. Stay curious. The cosmos is calling, and our adventure is just getting started. Please like and subscribe to Cosmic Discover.